Larry's House of Exotic Heimies Takes Frolic. And this is Larry himself right here. And of course, we had to come on today. Oh, this summer is just keeping us busy like crazy. I don't think it's going to stop. Of course, Leo Carlsson with a big 18 sheets offer sheet from the Philadelphia Flyers. They were working on a deal. Hearing things like they were trying to get both of them in the both him and Goche in somewhere around 24 million together, and that's hearsay, sort of. I mean, just information that was out there. And Philadelphia said, nah, not gonna do it. How about 18 million for Leo Carlsson? Can you match that, mofos? And I originally thought, oh, they got to sign it. But we have different takes by the sounds of it. Larry and I were talking a little bit before we started here. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the Anaheim is just that they don't have the dollars to play to the cap. I think it's possible that that's the case here. They're fighting a lot of fighting, a lot of blame going on for Beak here. Usually when it comes to general managers and this kind of haggling with contracts, it has more to do with the owners than it does the general managers. But if either one of us are correct, and Larry's going to give his take here, it could be not as quick to like hold the phone on this, going to sign Carlsson right away thing. So Larry, what's your take on this one, buddy?
Yeah, it's a big number. Like, I think the thing I'm thinking is, like, in less than 7 days, Leo Carlsson's going to have more money than any of us will make in our lifetimes times 5. It's like, it's insane to think about it. So he's going to have over 30 million, they said, in the next 12 months. That's crazy. Yeah. So, no, of course you're going to sign that. Yes, 100%. I don't care what the team is. I'll play in Columbus for that price. I'll play in anywhere.
Oh, Siberia.
Yeah.
I'll probably be able to create a warm environment for myself in Siberia with 32 million.
I'll play the whole team by myself. I don't care if I'm getting paid that. So it's you have to sign that. Like, that's a crazy. Apparently there was 4 offer sheets that was given to Leo Carlsson. Obviously nothing anywhere close to that. But yeah, Ducks are in a tough position. Where my take comes on it is you have to now think there's the good and the bad both ways for Philadelphia and the Anaheim Ducks. So the good is you can match that and you can keep Leo Carlsson for the Ducks. Good for the Flyers. You made an offer sheet where you can get a number 1 centerman now for 4 first-round picks, basically what Brady's check went for. So you think it's a good deal. Like, if you're going to trade for him, that's what you were going to trade for him anyway. So why not? The bad thing on both sides is the 18 million now. So if Leo Carlsson is worth $18 million, that means dollar-wise he's better than Kaprizov. He's better than Matthews. He's better than Connor McDavid. He's better than Draisaitl. So this is going to set a bad tone in the NHL at this point, because now you have a comparable that is going to boost everybody up by millions of dollars every month, every year now when you go negotiate a contract. So the good is Leo Carlsson gets paid. The bad is whoever takes that contract, you're going to have it's going to be a trickle-down effect for your team and other teams. So Philadelphia gets him. They let him walk. Now you got Drysdale and Zegras to sign. Like, they're like, hey, like, if you gave him that, why aren't you giving me closer to this number? So it's going to make more issues there. Ducks keep him. Then you got Seneca and you got Gauthier, and they're going to be like, hey, I should be making this much if Leo Carlsson's making this much. So I think it's just, I said at the end, I texted Pearlo, I'm like, glad I'm not making the decision, because I don't think it's a win-win for anybody in this way other than Leo Carlsson.
Yeah. There's a lot of other contracts out there, and I just did a video on why I got when that Byram move was made. I had this idea that it was partially part and parcel with the fact that they had to sign Bedard. Uh, they're really, really, really good friends. They hang out with each other all summer. They're close friends. They're bros. And some teams, some things aren't all about money, believe it or not. And I think they could have been going, look, we'll give your buddy huge, and then you guys can work out as long if you promise us you deal with us and don't sign an offer sheet, and we got a number in mind, and you can tell us kind of where that number is, and you and Byram can work out the finances between the two of you on who gets what. I wonder if this doesn't happen more now. You sign deals kind of like a package deal. You bring some guy in saying, look, we'll bring him in here, we'll overpay him, and then maybe Byram throws you over a sheet or two a year or something like that. I think this kind of creativity is something we're going to see in the NHL now quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, so like if they don't sign Carlsson, if they don't sign that deal, let's face it, they're going back 3-4 steps here. They're going to have to find
the number one centerman. Yeah,
they're hard to find. I mean, I have this not really argument, like people like, okay, what is he worth? Now you look at the market, what's he worth? Well, what's he worth to you? That's the question. What is a number one center worth? Forget about what everybody else makes. I mean, if they don't sign Carlsson here, they don't have a number one center. They have Granlund. They have what? They just traded McTavish. They probably Philadelphia looks like they did this deal like that. I thought that the first thing I thought was Troy Terry is probably on the block. I didn't realize he had hip surgery this year, though.
Yeah.
And I don't know how bad of a hip surgery that is, or it's usually never that great. Recovery time for any kind of hip surgery is usually not great. Is it a resurfacing thing? Because that can take up to 5 to 6 months. So they're in a tight spot. They got Mintyukov now. They have to sign. And like you said, they got the contracts coming up. Now, they do have a lot of cap space for next year. They could probably work it, but
you got to have a team.
Yeah.
Have 10 players. And
I mean, they could still probably sign these guys. But my question, and this is kind of what I was with Werenski, move this over to the Werenski and what's his name? The other Russian guy, Marchenko. Okay. They basically came out and said that they're fully willing to remain in Columbus, but they're probably not signing at the end of that deal. And I get it, because I don't think Columbus can, like, the cap's going up so high that a lot of these teams are not going to be able to play to the cap. They're not going to be able to do it. Columbus probably won't. Ottawa may struggle with it. There's a lot of teams out there that could very well be struggling with this. If it's true, I don't know if it's true, totally true, because you never know with owners when they talk about stuff like this or where the information comes from. Yeah, like people lie, like no doubt about it, especially when it comes to business. You're not getting the full truth. You got to read in between the lines with everything. But the narrative out there is you're not making any money till at least you make the playoffs or the first round. And if that's the case, the more the cap goes up, the more teams are losing and the more owners are losing. So I just cannot see a way that we don't get to a luxury tax here. I can't see it. And that is going to be really bad for the league, because the whole trumpeting, we're catching up with like I'm working for the league. If JD was here, he'd laugh at me. The NHL is catching up to basketball a little bit now with the NBA, with all the nonsense that's going on there. And if it starts getting to the point where you got a luxury tax and they're just basically paying these bottom feeders like we see in Major League Baseball, all of a sudden the product starts dwindling a little bit, maybe a lot, actually. And it would be sad to see, but unless they come up with some other plan, I don't see it going any other way here.
Yeah, their plan is to expand 2 more teams so they can rake in billions of dollars that way.
2 or however many teams, and I'm not sure that they're ready for that. But the owners have to vote on it. Okay, aren't they all getting $1 billion or something like that? Like, I don't know how
They
it works.
split it they split
up $1 billion between them. So
free money, sure. Yeah, let's go.
sure. Yeah, let's go. Why not?
It's like, let's get 4 teams.
yeah, 10 sounds fine to me. We don't have enough players for 10.
What's a better deal? Just have to say yes, and you're going to give me a bunch of money, sure. And I don't have to do any work. I just have to say yes, and boom, there you go. These guys give us all the money. They do all the work to build a team and arena and all that, and I'm just sitting here. Okay, well, I just got richer.
Hockey News Reports asked, did I give Danny Briere this idea? Certainly not, but I think there might be a couple players in Philadelphia that might be chewing their ear about the problems with ownership and stuff like that there. I think that might be the case.
Yeah, and technically there's actually, in Philly, they have Zegras and Drysdale to sign too, former Ducks.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some kind of connection to that, maybe.
I would imagine so. I still think there's some owner. They've been losing a lot of money for a long time, and I don't care what you say. Not every owner can just bleed money like this. It doesn't make sense to them, and it's just this is going to be interesting to see if they match this and what they do. First of all, what you said, you mentioned, and it's been mentioned on Twitter, but was it 39 million in how fast? Like right away, right?
The year one, he gets an $850K salary with a 19.95 million signing bonus. So when the minute he's already he gets it the minute either the Ducks say yes or no. So, and then year 2, on July 1st, he gets an $18.1 million bonus with a $900K salary.
Yeah.
So you're making basically over $30 million in 2 years.
Now, this is something that I think in negotiations, when they're negotiating the new contract, that they may try to get rid of, because it's kind of not fair. Like,
the rich teams are the only ones that could do this, who can fork up $20 million up front.
Yeah, but most owners, they have their money wrapped up in investments. They don't have 39 million laying around to throw at in one time here. This is a big thing right there. They got to pull that 39 million out somehow. They usually don't have it laying around. It's people, billionaires, they're all billionaires, I would have to imagine, to be there. They didn't become that way by letting their money lay around all over the place. They're going to have to do something. And Philadelphia's owner, the Comcast, the manager could have told them they're planning on doing this, would have told them they're planning on doing this, and they would have been prepared.
Oh, they would have to get approval, 100%.
Yeah. But they would have gave them time to come up with the whatever million right off the bat, right? So they have it now to give to him, and they're challenging the ownership of the Ducks to find it in a week. And I don't know anything about this. Believe it or not, I've never been a billionaire. So I'm not sure how all that works, but I have heard from general managers, like Pierre McGuire was a general manager, and he, on his show, he mentioned that owners don't have this money laying around. It's not. They don't. Even big, no matter how big they are, they don't.
Elon Musk doesn't even have this money laying around. It's all caught up in shares and stuff.
Right. It's all put somewhere.
The billionaires basically go out and just take a loan to get this money. So they're like, hey, I'm worth this much because I have this, and this. I want a $40 million loan. And banks be like, yeah, sure.
Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. How are you doing there, Kevin Hawthorne? Thanks for coming in and listening to us.
Up there. I didn't see on the chat.
Yeah, it's right here. I put it here. So I thought, oh, I'm going to have tons to talk about here. The only thing for cap reasons, I still say Troy Terry has to be moved, but I didn't know about that hip injury. I don't know. Somebody's going to probably have
Chris Kreider could be the guy to move then, but he has a
Kreider
10-team no trade, 15
team no trade. And I don't know if what's his contract? Isn't it like 5 or 6?
6.5.
Yeah, I don't know if too many teams are going to be clamoring to get Chris Kreider right now. So
it's remember they have to sign Cutter Gauthier too. So even if you accept this, you're $1 million over the cap without Cutter Gauthier, who is your 40+ goal scorer.
He's next year though, isn't he?
No, he's an RFA right now. They need to sign him. That's when he's your 40 goals. Didn't he score 40 this year?
Yeah, they're gonna have to trade Troy Terry, and they're not even going to get much of a return for him. I doubt.
They don't even have enough money at that point. Then they'd have to do something else because you think Cutter Gauthier is going to take under 7?
Yeah, probably not. No.
He just scored 40 goals. He's getting at least 8, 9 on a long-term deal.
And Mintyukov. There's lots of people talking about offer Mintyukov right now. Offer sheet him.
That's where I said, oh yeah, Anaheim probably match, but then when you look at the numbers, I'm like, I don't know if they do. I'd personally probably be letting Leo Carlsson walk and use the 4 first-rounders to get 2 other good players young players or something to try and fill in the role. 18 million's a lot. It's only over 5 years, but this is going to trickle down to, like I said, Seneca. It's going to trickle down to Cutter Gauthier. You can't sign Gauthier if you keep him, basically. You can trade Gauthier now. Can't afford him.
You're sign Carlsson and trade Gauthier.
Yeah, but then now you're missing a big hole in the top line.
You can get wingers are easier to find than centers. And you're trading Gauthier, so you can actually get a return for him.
You can. But man, that's why I'm just I lean towards maybe let Philly have the problem because Philly puts that on. What do they have for cap space? So they have 29 million right now. They got to sign Zegras, who's going to be north of 6-7 million probably. You got Jamie's Drysdale. What's Drysdale going to get?
Drysdale's traded, no doubt about it.
He's going to get anywhere between north of 6 if they sign him. Well, he's got arbitration rights, so he's going to sign at least a 1-year deal. Zegras has arbitration rights too, so they have to figure this out right away.
Well, okay, so let's say they do this.
So once one of them file for arbitration, so that's in 2 days for the player and 3 days for the team, then no more. They have to go to arbitration or settle on a deal.
See, Philly's had time to prepare. Probably have a deal for Drysdale out there already made. But they got to wait a week, so it'll go to arbitration. They'll sign both of them. How does that work? If you go to arbitration, can you still trade the guy after it's done?
Yeah, I think so. That's a good question, actually. I can't remember after arbitration.
So
I'm pretty sure you can trade him. You just can't trade him right away. Let's see.
So right now they have 29. They sign him, it'd be 18. That leaves them 19, right? 19. Yeah, they can still do it. They could still sign Zegras for 7. And they could still do this.
Oh yeah, no, you still get the full rates.
It's just they could sign everybody.
Yeah, if you go to arbitration, you don't get a no movement clause or anything. They just award a 1-year contract. Right. So a team can trade him away right away. Or
one of the players that might have been involved with this was Drysdale. Both of them probably. So I would imagine Briere's talked to both of them and said, look, we're going to give Carlsson, 18 million. But in order for me to do that, I got to know what your guys' numbers are to fit under this, under the cap. So they probably already know, right?
Or the Ducks or Philadelphia is like, hey, we want Leo Carlsson. We don't really want Zegras or Drysdale anymore. Like maybe we work out either you give us your first four first rounders, or we're going to trade Zegras and Drysdale back to Anaheim, and we'll give you a couple other things and for Carlsson. It's a possibility.
I don't think there's a home there in Anaheim for Zegras. I think he more likely already talked to them, knows what their numbers are, made this deal, and knows, and are going to sign them both. And then they're capped out pretty much. And if they need to, then they'll look at other deals that they could possibly make down the road. But for now,
no team's going to win in the end. They're going to both be screwed because
I mean that's going to be one hell of an addition to that Philadelphia team. There's only one. It's peace in their minds. Something that you can't really call. A Carlsson isn't something you generally get unless you get like a top 3 pick, and that doesn't look like they're going to be getting that anymore. So they're 4 first-round picks, but I think the way they'll look at it is with those 4 first-round picks, if we happen to get a Carlsson level, we'd be happier than heck. You know? So, yeah, it's...
But down the line, if you have a guy that's making $18 million on your team and your contract's up, negotiations going to fall more into the player's side now than...
Yeah, that's going to be the case anyways. It's just
I know that's the thing that Philadelphia is, because I bet you those other offer sheet offers were nowhere close to 18 million. They were probably 14, maybe at the max. I'd say maybe 14.5,
maybe 16.
I'd say. What team would do 16 though? Like all these teams are right up against the cap, so it's this team with lots of cap.
Detroit,
and it can afford to lose their next 4-round picks. I don't think Detroit could. They're going to be a bottom feeder team.
Again, I think Yzerman will look at it as with those. Look at how many picks have they had. They haven't found a Carlsson. So you might as well do it and get the Carlsson. At least you have the Carlsson now, and you know. Like picks are great, but what you're looking for is that. That's what you're looking for with those picks. So you could do 4 picks and not find a Carlsson.
Yeah, but you can still find like how many first-round picks? If you had 4 first-round picks, what's the likelihood of all 4 being a bust? Not very good. No, you're going to get some kind of really good player in there too. So I don't know what. So. Say Detroit was one of them. They got him. They give up their 4th first round. So how happens they continue to suck? And then you give
then they suck. But I mean,
then Detroit wins the lottery, and then
you've got Raymond, Carlsson, and you know, like if Brinkat stays, you know, now you don't need to get a replacement for Larkin, so you can take whatever Minnesota is offering with a whole bunch of picks, and you get first round picks that way, like that. You know. You're still, and they got some good guys coming up with Danielson.
I don't think Minnesota can give them first round. Yeah. Does Minnesota even have first round picks?
No, Minnesota wouldn't be able to do it. They traded all theirs away.
Yeah, I think theirs all gone. Oh no, they have their first round. Sorry, they do. They traded all their second rounds the next 3 years.
But I don't think they could sign anybody to 18 million when they're going to sign Hughes. I doubt it was them. Very much doubt it was them. I think teams offering the offer sheets, they happen quite regularly, but we never hear about it. New York Rangers would do it. Do they have it? What is it? No, they don't have enough cap space. They wouldn't. They're not even close to being able to do it.
No.
This is fun. Let me see if I can figure out who else it would be.
Well, just go to
Winnipeg.
Go to teams and hit all
Does
teams.
Winnipeg have any cap space? 10 million.
They wouldn't give up balls first, so those first are more valuable for them. Chicago,
If they could get,
Philadelphia.
if Winnipeg could get Carlsson, they don't care.
Yeah, but
And
you'd have to
Coke's
remember you
not
only have him
signing
for
that
5
offer sheet
years.
anyways.
You only have him for 5 years. And then with all the things going on, teams are probably afraid of trying to get a player they don't want to be there because they'll just force their
When
way
it
out.
comes to Winnipeg, you just roll. They got to roll the dice all the time.
Vegas is
Mammoth are capped now too, right?
This is like 12 million over the cap right now. It's like, oh my god.
Your Angelo.
He might come back.
Maybe Carolina would have.
Carolina, well, they have
No,
92.
he's not. They're in our game out. Carolina could do it. I don't see Carolina throwing that much at one player though. I don't see. But like you said, it could have been like
Carolina only has
14
they have 10 million.
Like
they wouldn't have the cap space because 18 million you're adding on. They have 92 right now.
11.1, I guess. They wouldn't be able to do it.
So no, the only teams are Detroit, Columbus, Calgary, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Philadelphia. Maybe Seattle if they work some things out. But Seattle would have to gut their team. Detroit would have to gut their team. So is the offer, if there are 4 offer sheets, it must have come from Columbus, Calgary, Pittsburgh, and
I think Detroit would have did it. For sure.
Yeah. Like I said, if they're doing
I would do it if it was
around.
I would have did it. I would do it if I was Detroit. Let's put it that way. And then I would just sit down with Larkin and say, "Look, we got Carlsson. You're now the second line center. We got a team here. I understand why you needed to leave because of the timeline was for your career. No hard feelings or anything, but why don't you stick around?" And he probably would be like, "Thank God I never wanted to really leave." There'd probably be tears of joy in Larkin's eyes if they did something like that. Larkin does not want to leave. He doesn't want to. Yeah. He's doing it for professional reasons. I think he'd be very happy, but it's not happening. So
this is going to be some scary stuff that goes on, and if salaries are going to go higher than the cap at this point, then so if this is a trickle-down effect and other players start using it as a comparable, because you have your comparables, they have their comparables, you meet somewhere in the middle, right? That's generally whatever you contract thing. Now you have a comparable, it's way up here, so your middle now moves from here to up here. So like if Leo Carlsson had any kind of down season or whatever, like he's not even a point a game player this year, but say he's a point a game player, and a player, I'm 120% or 1.2 points per game now, so like I should be getting paid well over 18. It's just this is going to cause so much things to happen, and here comes another lockout.
Well, no, it's going to happen. This will all die down when everybody's capped out. It's going to happen. I said that when they said, "Oh, the cap keeps on going up." Yeah, but I mean, a couple million. This was the biggest jump, and everybody was saving for this big jump. Everybody's going to blow their wad. Most teams are going to blow their wad. There's going to be nowhere to go, and then everybody's going to be complaining that there's no cap. Players won't be moved, and we'll go back to what it was before. It's just.
Well, they can't go back down.
They can't go back down, but we go back to, I have no cap space. I have no cap space. I have no cap. Nobody's going to have cap space.
Yeah.
So the players that are getting the bag right now, be happy because, like you said, like say they give Philadelphia $18 million or he gives them $18 million. Well, those other players are going to say, "I want that." And they're going to be like, "We have no cap space." So they're going to move on to someone else. They're going to get overpaid over there until it disperses all over the league, and nobody has cap space, and everybody's grumbling. Players are grumbling because they can't get the big bag anymore. That's what's
maybe this is why the NHL keeps talking about expansion. They're like, okay, well, if we can project this happening, we need more teams to spread around the money.
Yeah, pretty much. That's one of the, and you know, that's another reason why they're just going to keep on voting expansion, because the players want it. It's more jobs for players. It's more teams to be able to pay the big money. Players want, everybody wants it as far as who's in the league or part of the league or what have you. The people that are getting hurt here are the fans, like of the teams that are happening to. Like, it's really cool. Everybody's happy when you're going to get Rurwensky for like virtually nothing. And like Minnesota gets Larkin for less than, when that deal goes through, you know, with Stevie Eisman being so adamant here, I like the way he's doing publicly. Yeah, it's they're not going to be happy. Yeah, he's just trying to drag one more player out of them, probably a Brodin or something like that. But
well, Minnesota has to do something. So if Steve Yzerman does hold Larkin and keeps to his word, what does Minnesota do then? There's no plan B.
They'll play it out till then. They weren't getting any of the Trocheck wasn't the answer. There was hardly anything out there for them to get. Larkin was really the only thing that mattered. You're going to get Holla.
Do you believe that the rumors are true that Minnesota made an offer for Brady Tkachuk then?
I think they were bumping up the price as much as possible for Florida to have to send the bag, because whatever they were offering, they know they're only doing it for what? How many years does Brady have on his contract?
2 more.
2 more. So they're doing it for 2 years. Because he's going to Florida. He's going to Florida, no doubt about it. And you're going to end up having to trade him after 1 year. So, we offered a major deal. What does that mean? That's pretty subjective. What does a major deal mean?
I'm just wondering if, as this goes on more, maybe Minnesota says, okay, well, if you're not going to budge on Larkin, we're going to go with a plan B to get a centerman.
Yeah.
Like, Larkin wants to go there.
Worry about it. It's going to be an absolute disaster if Larkin goes back to Detroit, man. The only thing they got to hope for is that he doesn't show up to camp, because they can't sit him. They have to explain
his captaincy already. They stripped his captaincy. I don't know if you saw that. So
they stripped his captaincy, yeah.
So that's already done. He's not the captain anymore of the Detroit Red Wings.
For Larkin, it's like he wants 2 things. He wants to win a cup, and he wants a safe spot, a soft landing spot. This is really hard on his family to begin with. He doesn't want to make it any harder on them. There's probably been some arguments, or at least deep discussions with him and his wife about this situation. She doesn't want to leave Detroit, or they don't want to leave there. Their whole family's there. This is tough. This is tough for Larkin. So if it absolutely has to be, he can go home and say, honey, I guess I'm staying in Detroit. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, we'll see with that situation. I don't even know anymore. It's just, I still thought, until Vegas trade Dorofeyev, I thought Vegas might still get him in the end, but not anymore now.
I don't think any team is taking sloppy seconds in that deal. Yzerman's idea of we need to get what we want. I don't know what they're offering. I don't know if Guerin is going like, oh, you give you're off in first or something like really light right now, because we know you can't trade him anywhere else. We got you by the short hairs. Either take this deal or not. I don't know how light Minnesota's going in on this so far. I don't know. You know, you hear how light it is, and you might be going, oh, I guess why Stevie Y is doing this, because that's, you know. But if
it was that bad of an offer, he's coming back to camp, I would just hang up the phone and say, yeah. We're keeping Larkin. Sorry, bye. Yeah. Call me back when you have a real offer. So there's no more talking at that point.
Yeah, if they're just offering like you're off, that's it. We'll give you your off, that's it, or something like that. Then you cannot blame Stevie Y at all for going through the shit show it's going to be to bring Larkin back. I just don't think anybody in that group wants that. In fact, his agent Larkin's agent said it himself. They're working together to get a deal, and something will get done. Nobody wants him going back to Detroit, and eventually there will be a deal get done. I'm pretty positive of that. I've said that.
And you see how, and you saw, it said how hard it is to find a first line centerman. Like Steve Yzerman might just be at the point. It's like, hey, Larkin, like I understand you want to go to Minnesota, but you ain't gonna get there through us. So let me trade you to a team where you have a chance to win a cup. I'm gonna help fill you with that, and then you can talk to that team about being traded to Minnesota if you really want to go there that bad. Because at this point, either you're staying with Detroit and you're going to be part of a rebuild until we're out of it, or I can send you to, I don't know, I'll send you to Edmonton. I got a deal to go to Edmonton. You can go to Edmonton and win a cup there.
I hate to say it, but Larkin's going to be more okay with going back to Detroit than Stevie Y is.
Yeah, but I think it's Steve Yzerman's like, I can't bring Larkin back, but I'm not getting peanuts for him. So it's like, if you come back,
he's bringing him back. That's it. And that's why Guerin's going. That's why Guerin's going. I'll give you peanuts because I'm banking. You're not bringing him back. That you can't bring him back. Screw it. I'll give you peanuts. I'm going to call your bluff and just give you peanuts. And if you want to bring Larkin back, you do. He knows that Larkin at least can be okay with his family in Michigan, even though he's going to be taking stones from fans and media and everything. He knows that. But if he can take those stones, I think he's going to take those stones better than Yzerman will. That's going to be a disaster. I know they have a good their sponsorship there is pretty set in stone for a very long time, but they're still going to be pissed. They're still going to be pissed. Like this does not look good on their product at all. Like you're not winning anything. Nobody's going to sign. I'm surprised Arvidsson signed there. I couldn't believe it. But Arvidsson signing there, having guys going there tells me this deal's going to get done. I know, like he likes McLellan, but if as a coach, because they coached in LA and stuff like that, and he also, I guess, he trains with Pelika in the summer. They're close friends too, but still, that I just can't see how any player would choose to go there with that going on. But if they're choosing to go there, I think this deal will get done.
Well, I think Victor Arvidsson, wasn't he? Where is he? Oh, he was from Nashville, yeah. That's where he was drafted, Nashville, and signed there. I was like, is there a connection that we don't know about? But I don't know if there is. Not from Nashville, I don't think. No.
What was that? The connection?
Yeah, I don't know. Victor Arvidsson, is there a connection why he went there, maybe? Or I was just seeing where he was drafted originally, so yeah, like why he signed in Detroit.
Because
there's some kind of connection that
him and Pelika are close, and McLellan, and he liked McLellan from LA probably. He coached in LA with McLellan.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, apparently
he's got no centerman though. If Larkin's gone,
I don't think people look at. I don't think a lot of players look at the lineup as much as you think. I think a lot of players do it more for being with the people they like. Not all players, but I think a lot of players do it because they're friends with people on the team, and they just think it's a good environment because of the people on the team. I think most players think they can win anywhere, and it's foolish to think that way, but I think they do think that.
Well, I think there's a certain age gap in my mind. So when you get into your north of your 30s, you're just like, okay, I need to keep my body in top shape. I need to still be productive because a lot of people want to play until they can't anymore. And if you say like Victor Arvidsson, for example, he's 33, you sign in Detroit and your centerman is Copper or Andrew Kopp, you have a terrible 2 years there. You might get peanuts and never be a top line player again.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
and
maybe,
some
but
players are like, you miss out on millions of dollars because if you've signed in Edmonton or something and you played with McDavid and got 30 plus goal seasons, you're like, holy crap, I'm going to get the bag after 2 years if when I'm done and I'm 35.
well, he
I'm
was
going to
already
get
in Edmonton, so
no, but I mean, just like, as an example. So I feel like there's got to be some other reason why he went there.
I think a
Because
lot of
yeah,
times, I think it's just you get older, you start to look for landing spots where you know you're going to be happy, enjoy, you know you're going to like the coach, you know you got a good friend there, you know that those sort of things like that. I think are important as well. Yeah, that Boston gave him the same amount of money, exact same term, exact same. I
Hmm.
can't. I have a hard time believing he couldn't got that somewhere else 2 for 5.
Oh yeah, somebody would have given it to him. That's why it's like,
Yeah, it's
what?
not
Who?
because Detroit's going to win. Like that, like you think that for sure Detroit's going to win.
Here's another thing. What? How many players want to actually settle in Detroit and raise a family?
Michigan,
Detroit,
well,
not Detroit though.
yeah, but
Like I,
apparently they do because people do. Well, a lot of people there's love Detroit. I mean,
what
especially
NHL
if they grew
players
up in
after
Michigan.
like Zed? Nobody that I know of still in Detroit from the old Detroit teams, are they? Like
Are they
Eisenman's
still living
working
there?
there, but
I have no idea. I don't know.
yeah, it was like Alfredsson was there like the 1 year, and he moved his family the next year right after he was done, right back to Ottawa. He's like, not
Yeah,
a place for kids. So
yeah,
I don't
that's what
think
I
that's
would
the
think.
angle.
I totally agree with you because after that whole general GM stuff happened, things went to crap there, and crime rate went up and everything. Yeah, like I'm
There's
not
something we're
sure.
missing. We need to
Well,
figure it
there's a
out.
lot of Swedes there. Swedes like to hang out with Swedes. Look at your Ottawa team; just got a bunch of
Then why
Swedes.
didn't he sign in Ottawa? Like, come on.
So,
That's the right winger we need right
and
there.
sometimes players, when they really really love a coach, they like to go there for that reason. And McClellan, apparently, like players that played for him, absolutely adore him.
Yeah.
They absolutely adore him. So that might
We
be
have to
part of the
remember
reason.
McCollin's not a long-term coach anywhere. He's good for maybe 2-3 years, and then he gets the boot
But
now.
that's the average. That's the
Yeah.
average length of a coach is 3. That's why everybody says, "Oh, Tortorella is a short-term coach." His career is 3.7 years with each team he's coached. That's more than what. That's way more than the average. I don't know where people get this stuff from, but
Well, I think when I've heard that, but I think it's more now. Tortorella is not like a long-term coach. He's I come in, I straighten things out, and get things back on track, and then okay, we don't need you anymore kind of coach.
I think Philadelphia would have stuck with him if he could handle losing. That's what they said. He could he's just terrible with handling losing. He can't stand it. It drives him absolutely crazy when he starts
Look,
losing.
when he was with the Rangers, he's the one that sat Yager. He's just like, it's
Mhm.
like you're playing like a piece of shit. I'm sitting you out in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is like, you just sat Yarmer Yager. And
yeah.
I think that wasn't the next year he was gone after that. Like Tortorella, they're like, just sat Yarmer Yager. It's like you sent a message, but
Wait
also
to see
it
what
did
Edmonton's
in your own
going
contract.
to see what's going to happen in Edmonton here with Babs. Babcock will
He
sit
won't. He
anybody.
won't. He's not gonna. I don't think he'll sit McDavid or Draisaitl, but there'll be
Uh,
players that
there's going to be players that are sad.
not McDavid or Draisaitl at all.
Probably
Like
not.
unless they absolutely deserve it. Like
The only way that would happen is if McDavid goes talks to him when he's not, like if they're really having a downturn and McDavid messages him and says, "Hey, you know what? Sit me tonight." Because the captain is making a and he'll sit. He'll get benched to be an example for everybody that out there that we need to be better. I need to be better. You need to be better. Everybody needs.
that doesn't sound like Babcock. He'd run in there and say, you're the fucking captain of the team. and you need to get this team playing better too. It's like, yes, I can do the X's and O's, but you're the captain of the team. You're the guy after I leave the room that gets this team fired up and ready to go. If you're not doing that, maybe you need to go sit in the press box. I think
Well, I
Babcock
mean,
could be
that
the
could be
opposite.
his way of doing it. It has happened before.
Yeah.
This is something that captains have done before, have suggested the coach sit me, because these guys got to know that everybody needs to be accountable, and I'll start here. But it shocks everybody, and then they come back and say and the captain will say, you know what, I wasn't playing well enough, and neither are you. So now you're able to talk about it. Neither are you. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
And then the captain can say he knows what these guys are doing off ice. He knows. He can start pointing that out. You guys need to commit on off ice to on ice. Tell your whatever it is, your girlfriends or whatever, don't even bother with me this year. We're winning a cup this year. Leave it alone. Leave me alone. And whatever you got to do to focus on here. We're getting paid millions of dollars to win a cup. This is why we're here. This is what you do. It gives a lot of power to the captain to be able to say whatever he wants to say. So I'm saying that's David, the only way I could see that happening. If he actually,
we both can obviously see, like, there's lots of evidence. McDavid's not that kind of captain, though. He gets fired up in the locker room. He'll start screaming and yelling and say, "Get your head out of your ass, let's go."
But it doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work. But when your captain's screaming his head off, like, I'm sure you've seen the last playoff. Was it Amazon that did it? And he's like screaming in the locker room with the camera outside the door, like, it's like, get your head out of your ass, let's get going. Like, what the fuck you guys doing? And all this. It was like, holy crap, like, there's some fire there. And if you got your captain yelling like that in the room,
I gotta say, he's the first captain that I've ever heard to publicly, accurately point out that his team was average with high expectations before the season started. To say that publicly, to basically call out your management, call out ownership, call out everybody all at one time. We misjudged this team. It was average. He didn't say we were playing average. He was saying that there was high expectations. So that's, when are the expectations? Before the season starts. So we're an average team with high expectations, and Draisaitl and him were calling out management the whole time. Management's got to be better. Coaches got to be better. We got to be better. That's what they're saying. Yep. We need a better team. And they're doing it this year, by the way. I should have wrote that down. I should have wrote down, timestamp this. They are doing the best. They finally promoted Pervetti. I'm freaking brilliant, dude. They finally promoted that dude to a president's position. He is making decisions with everybody, rubbing elbows with everybody, finally. And they're making awesome moves this year. I haven't been able to say that about the Edmonton Oilers for a very long time.
And I think Mike Babcock does some of that too, because I said earlier, a couple weeks ago, I'm like, I don't expect, like, if you were a bottom six forward, why would you want to sign in Edmonton? You're just going to trash your point production and your time on ice and everything. So then when Edmonton doesn't want to offer you a contract and you leave, you just made millions of dollars less. Like, that's, I think, why Connor Brown just got the hell out of there. He's like, I'm playing fourth line here. I'm not a fourth line player. He's like, I can play more. You need to play me. Except,
I mean, he's okay, but I mean, you and I differ on Brown. I don't think he's got.
Connor Brown's definitely a middle six forward. There's no
he
question.
He wasn't at the time. He's only getting 13, 14 minutes in New Jersey, too. They just play him higher up the lineup, 5-on-5 minutes. That's all. He's not getting big minutes here. Same thing. He doesn't have the legs anymore. He's good, but he's not. So he's okay.
But he's not a fourth line player still.
Well, no, he's not. But
he was playing with Lazar in the playoffs.
But they had no fourth line. See, the thing is he's trying to get something down there. That team had no bottom six for so long. It was crazy. Last year was absolutely disgusting. Their bottom six. Yeah. It was horrible.
And they even said in the press conference with Stan Bowman and everything there, they're just like they said it twice, and the exact words were, we are going to give roles to players and make them feel important with this team. And to the lines of that, I don't know the exact words, but it said twice, and they talked about that, and it's the bottom six. It's like, we're not double shifting McDavid and Draisaitl anymore. Like,
Then you better
we
get
need,
some bottom six.
if you want to have good players in your lineup, they need time to play. Like, you can't bring in a Jason Dickinson and then play him
they would never
5 minutes less per night and then expect him to re-sign or
they
be
would
there
never
long term.
Dickinson.
But I'm just saying, as an example,
They've
like,
had a lot of scrubs there. Listen, if I was the coach, what I would have did pretty much what Knobloch did. I don't think Knobloch was a bad coach. And I'll tell you what, so will Babcock. If he had that lineup last year, he's not playing that bottom six. He's not. They're not.
well, I know.
So that they had to do something about it, and they sort of have.
So that's why you've seen like
I think they're going to get DeBrusk. I think they are going to get DeBrusk. Sorry about that. I know you want that for Ottawa, but I think that's.
I don't really want DeBrusk that much. Like, yes, he's good, but he's slow.
Who's left? Mantha.
Because what's Detroit done? Let's see, or not Detroit, Edmonton. So Matthew Joseph, who's a bottom six guy, good dollars. Kasperi Kapanen, that's a guy that probably wouldn't sign, I would say, in Edmonton because I think Babcock's there, and he's like, and they said, we're gonna give you make sure you get your ice time in the bottom six and give you a role. He's 30 years old. Like, it's a 1 year, so he's giving it a chance. Ryan Shea, which is a good pickup.
Shea was a great pickup.
So, like, these guys might not go there. Just like, okay, well, if I'm not playing with McDavid and Draisaitl, where's my ice time? What am I going to be doing? So, I think with that press conference, Babcock coming in and saying, like, hey, if you're going to earn your ice time, you play good, you're going to earn your ice time. And these guys are going to have roles.
Kapanen's fine in the third spot, but they need one more top six forward. Dickinson was huge. They need one more top six forward. They got to get a top six or fill in that other spot there. If they do that, then they're probably okay. And Anderson, I don't know, man. You're not in Carolina anymore.
No, he doesn't have a defensive system, but hey, you go out and you get, like, how many years have they done? They got Cam Talbot. He worked a little bit there and failed. They had, who was after Talbot? I can't think. What goalie did they bring after Talbot? Talbot went to Minnesota. Then they took on, I don't know. Edmonton's had so many goalies, and nobody could just find the way, other than, like, the last goalie that was actually there, that I would say that was actually able to play the position and do it good, was Smith. Before he became 41,
he
42.
Was great. But I mean, like I said, they've had a challenge filling in that whole lineup. In this league, if you don't have four lines that can play, goaltending takes a lot. Mike Smith. Goaltending takes a lot. You need an elite goaltender if you're going to do that.
I'm drawing a blank on the other goalies, like, because they went
Swayman in Boston. Look at that. That team had no business making the playoffs. None. That team had
it's tail of 2 years. The year before, he did so bad that they missed the playoffs, and this year he did so good that they made it.
Yeah, they need elite there with that lineup to be able to get it. Shesterkin for the Rangers have been doing it for a long time. They had a terrible 5-on-5 team. Still made the playoffs. Yeah, you got to have somebody elite to do that, and they don't. So they're going to have to figure out their 5-on-5 game somehow. I think they're going to get DeBrusk, and I think DeBrusk is fine.
Like, DeBrusk will work fine for them, yeah.
I think Malcolm was a good pickup, considering their defense is fine.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's much better than people think it is, but
I think most teams are going to go with a 3-goalie system anyway this year. So we see a lot of teams signing 3 goalies now. So you got Levi, Anderson, and Jari. Like that's a pretty good 1, 2, 3. You got whoever's not going, you got a guy that can go in and play minutes for you. Like all 3 of those guys can play
Really, the only
30 games.
the only thing they did was get Dick forward.
No.
They only really got Dickinson for the forwards. To tell you the truth, so.
Yeah, like Kozen they still have for another 3 years. Frederick. Yeah, it's like
Frederick
they
blows.
got depth. I don't know.
No, they don't. Frederick blows. Janmark blows. Isaac Howard can't play him fourth line. What the hell? Isaac Howard is going to play more AHL games than he is NHL this year. With Babcock.
Yeah, they got but they got depth on the wings. Like, does Janmark play center? No. Or does Hopkins plays wing, right? On Draisaitl's side on the left side.
Yeah, I would bring Hopkins. I don't know. They got to find one winger so they can fill in that third line. And I still think they need a better fourth line, but they'll have to figure that out as they go. Like, it's still not great. Now, the more that I'm looking at this, the more I'm wondering, am I just telling myself because they got Mukamadulin for Nurse? Like, I do like Ryan Shea, but he's no better than Nurse. Like, they're not getting a better player than Nurse and Ryan Shea. Jake Wallman, he's got to have a bounce back. He's had 2 really bad years.
So you got Wallman and Bouchard, Murphy and Ekholm. I think that's a good top 4.
Murphy's not really a top 4 anymore, but for a right D, he's good, I guess. Right?
He's in his last few years where he can be effective still, and then as the last 2 years of that 2-3 years of that contract, then it's easily movable. So
he played
it's only 4.1
in Chicago against lower comp and did well. So
I think Edmonton needs a good fourth line centerman. So like I wouldn't be surprised maybe they bring back Curtis Lazar in a 1-year deal.
But he's not good. I mean, good. They need a good.
He's good defensively. He's got speed.
No, it's okay. He's not great.
He's okay. He's pretty. I think he's middle of the pack for faceoffs. You'll need somebody cheap. So.
Yeah, and you get a cheap fourth liner, you might as well keep what you got. I just focus on getting. I don't know. Colton Dock can't be up there.
Well,
Dickinson's got too much to do on that line. If they keep capping in there, and the big thing is Savoy. Is he ready to play top comp this year? I don't know. Yeah, he made some good improvement last year, but is he ready to start playing like against the elites this year? And I have my doubts, so we'll see.
I think they signed Matthew Joseph to play on that third line because he's got the speed there. So I think that's the reason why they brought him in. I could be wrong.
He can't play that, man. He's not that. So actually, you know what? I've been celebrating what they've done, and the more I look at it, this might be fool's gold. I don't think they really did as much as I thought. We'll see. But.
We'll just look it out here. So you got your top line. So you got McDavid, Hyman, and who? Frederick,
Hopkins.
I guess. Hopkins on the top line with McDavid. I thought Hopkins played with Draisaitl mostly.
No, that's Podkolzin and Draisaitl are there.
Okay,
and
so
Podkolzin's not really a top 6 guy, but he gets by with Draisaitl.
Okay, then you got
Hopkins had a terrible year last year. I don't know what that was all about.
So you got Draisaitl. Then who? I guess Kapanen and Frederick. Or do you put Janmark up there more? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's not good. Frederick is not. He's so bad. It's got to be one of the worst contracts. He is so bad. He's not even a good fourth liner. Not even. I've been saying that I like the moves that they did, but I'm not so sure anymore. The more I look at it, I think, what did they really do? They got Shea's no better than Nurse.
but this is Frederick's. Oh no. Yeah, 3.85. He could have just had a bad year though. Like
He's had 2 bad years. He hasn't been good. He had a bad year. He had a bad year and a half before he got to Edmonton.
in Boston.
It's
So
terrible.
his player card shows the player card show for JFresh show he's like bottom of everything.
Oh yeah. You just gotta watch him play, but yeah, it's
I've watched Edmonton, but I didn't pay attention to Trent Frederick last year.
He's a below average 4th liner.
Well, we'll see if they can get more out of him. Matthew Joseph. IEU at the end. Looking at
you're right. I mean, he plays against very low competition, but he can play defensively okay. He didn't play.
He's got speed. He's got speed. Maybe they try him with. Maybe they go up as high as trying him with McDavid because he could skate with McDavid. He's not going to score a ton, but he can skate with them for sure.
Yanmark basically is not even an NHLer. Doc. Yeah,
Doc. Oh yeah, I forgot about Colton Doc.
Doc is a below average 4th liner as of right now too. He's 23. Yeah, you know what? I might have been a little more too positive with this Oilers too. I don't know if they really changed all that much at all. Unless they get a top 6. If they get a top 6, it's okay. I mean, I'm not sold on Anderson with this kind of a team. No, not at all.
No, like I think Anderson's there more for a support role. I think it's Levi and Jari there, but I know it says Anderson has like things in his thing. If he plays a certain amount of games, he gets bonuses. So
yeah,
but he's not signed to be number 1. Like I think Jari gets the net to start unless he has a terrible camp, and Levi, I think you have to have his backup. He's cheaper and a little bit cheaper, but he's younger.
The whole thing was getting a nurse for half the price so they could get a top 6. This is not done unless they get a good top 6. That's basically what all of this was for. Was just to get a.
What's their cap space? 7 million. Oh, they still have some. What are the UFAs are on the market right now? There's still some scorers on the market. Well,
it's just Mantha.
Just Mantha. Well.
Yeah, but I think they're going to get DeBrusque. I'd rather have DeBrusque than Mantha.
Yeah,
I think DeBrusque can get back to his Boston days. I don't really look at his analytics too much the last 2 years in Vancouver. Underlying still wasn't bad, but considering everything.
Well, DeBrusque just doesn't want to play there. It's not what the team he thought he was signing up for. So,
well, it's just toxic and. Line mates are changing constantly.
Well, his first year he signs up. That was the whole JT Miller and Pedersen thing, right? Like that's when that was his first year. He's just like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, he left Boston because of Cassidy, and then he gets to Vancouver and all that shit's going on. He's got to be like, well, I can't get a break here.
You watch JT Miller walk out the door for very little, and you're like, well, now what do we do? I guess we got Elias Pettersson. Okay, well, and then his game went to crap, and you're like, oh, well, yeah. Now what am I doing here? It's like,
and now they said they traded Marcus Pettersson. Marcus Pettersson. Rangers built themselves up not a bad D there. It's not too bad. Dursey, Pettersson. Schneider now on the bottom pair is not bad. That's not a bad defense there.
Yeah. No refresh. I keep refreshing, waiting for Claude Giroux to make his decision. Where do you think he's going? Is he going to go back to Ottawa or is he going to go to Philly?
I think he's
sounds like it was Edmonton, Philly, and Ottawa. Those are the 3 teams.
I think he's in Ottawa. I think he's just trying to get
more dollars
or term. He's trying to get some extra term. So
I'd sign him for 2 at 2.8. 2 years, 2.8 million. Doesn't hurt the
I think
team.
he's waiting for the team to give him the third year that he probably won't even play. So,
I don't know if he wants a third year at this point because
if you can get paid it, why not?
Because last year he was actually thinking about is like, do I want to continue and play hockey?
Right.
So when you start having those thoughts, you don't want to have. I don't know. Claude Giroux is a guy that's like, if I'm committing to something, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do it. He's not the Brad Marchand. I'm going to play until I'm 50 with a contract. I'm going to play all those years out. Guarantee it.
They're going to go on IR, of course. So they're going to. Oh, yeah.
Oh, imagine if the next CBA agreement they said, "Oh yeah, players on the IR count against your cap now."
No, never be able to.
Florida done.
Never would be. Could never do that. So.
Well, even if you did do that and it screwed up Florida, the NHL revenues would still be they drop by this much. Florida brings in some money for them, but not anywhere close to the most.
Or they retire, and then they give them a job with Florida being head of promotions, blah 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 blah, for $1.5 million for the rest of the contract. It's so easy. I don't know why more teams aren't doing this shit, man. Sign these guys for as long as you can. As soon as they retire, you hire them as something for 30-year contract for $1 million a year or whatever.
They don't do it because it's business. Once the contract's done, see ya. I don't care about you anymore. To the point where I'm giving you $4.5 million to sit and fix a stack of papers all day.
You think it's going to give you a cup? Yeah, they're going to golf. Is what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's like it's a business. Remember, these guys aren't here to give away money to guys to.
If you can win a cup doing that, it's like signing the guy to a contract for a lot bigger anyways. Like if there's no cap, they give Gudas what 3.5 or what was that deal? 1.5 for 6?
Yeah.
So 6-7 million. Give him 3.5 for 2 if there's no cap. So you're gonna pay him anyways. So you might as well give him the 1.5 for 6. He retires. You still pay him. You just do it in a different way. It's still the same amount of money. Pay him $250,000 for how many years to go around and golf and go. We call him a head of PR or some vice president to the PR president. Blah 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 blah. I don't know why more teams don't do this shit.
The NHL is taking notice what Florida's doing 100%. They're looking at this, they're like, And then, like I said, what happens if during the negotiations, like, yeah, IR counts against your cap or a certain percentage now, and Florida's done.
That's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
We've lost a whole NHL season because of something stupid as that. The owners want a cap, players don't want a cap. And we lost a whole season because of that.
Yeah.
So there are things and who gave in? The players. So
there's no way they're going to tell you that IR is going to be on the cap. No way. Health reasons, no way. There's no way that's going to happen. No.
Well, but if you're manipulating the cap to do that, then there's a difference.
You're going to have to catch them. I don't know how any way.
Or you only get one player you can have on IR that doesn't count against
the only way you could do it is if you're over a certain age, you can only sign 2-year contracts or 3-year contracts or something like that.
How old is Gudas?
35. Could be.
Doesn't his salary counts regardless? He can't even if he retires. Because if you're over 35 and you sign a contract, you have to pay it out. So if he's 35, then Florida's on the hook one way or another.
Well, they could also buy him out.
They could, yeah. They'd have to buy him out.
That's what they'll do. They'll just buy him out.
That would make more sense, buying him out.
Yeah, they'll buy him out. They can do that.
Instead of telling him to retire, you can buy him out and then he retires.
Yeah, they buy him out, then he retires, and they pay the rest as a promotions dude or something like that.
Or wait, can you buy out a player if he's on injured reserve?
No, he doesn't have to be on injured reserve.
Oh yeah,
Plays
not
2
on injury
years and
reserve.
just
Yeah,
buy him out. Just buy him out.
yeah. You're healthy. You got to come off IR. I can't. My hip's all.
You buy him
No,
out and
you're
then he
healthy. You're healthy.
retires. Yeah.
You're healthy. Okay, I'll play, and then we're buying you out. Bye.
Yeah. Well, I think we got everything in. That's our full 42, boys and girls. Thanks for coming in, everybody that's been listening. On a beautiful, like it's 30, well, in Canada it's 35. Here it's, I think, 96 or something like that Fahrenheit. Here in the United States. So anybody watching in the beautiful summer, talk and listen to us, I'm very thankful that you come in. Thanks, Larry, for coming in with all your takes. And we'll probably be on tomorrow the way this stuff is going. Something's going to surprise us. But if any big news is out there, I'll probably be on. Besides that, probably be on once or twice a week. So make sure you're tapping that subscribe button, boys and girls. Get yourself all Jaime'd up for the summer. Got Jaime's barbecue. Actually, no, you know what it is? It's Sea Breeze now. We're doing the whole like yacht club type. Got Sea Breeze and all kinds of stuff like that. So you can go check that out. Catch it at the cost. Catch Larry on, you got the easiest too, right? At SensFan_17 on his Twitter there. Make sure you're checking that out. And of course, at Pearlo's NHL POW for all my fine Frolic takes that I get. I think I am called a retard about an average of 5.3 times a day, something like that. So you can.
Well, you don't get called that unless you're it's the you putting things out there and people reacting. That's good for you. That means more people are seeing it.
Funny. That's more than when I was a kid. I'll talk to you later, everybody. Okay, bye.